Shani. Welcome back. So I'm in the office today and I'm going to do my makeup. I have a pretty back-to-back day, but then I think I'm going to go to late lunch, early dinner with one of my friends. So I'm just gonna use whatever I have here in my office. I think I pretty much have everything to do, full face. So here is my Best Skin Ever foundation from Sephora in the shade 59N. There's that. Hopefully there's a Here's the Best Skin Ever concealer. This one is in 53.5N. I also have the old school Tarte concealer in deep. And I have this palette from Beauty Bay, the Nude Matte. So I'm gonna use those, and I'm pretty sure that I have some primer. Yeah, I have the Danessa Myricks blurring balm in Universal. Y'all, a lot's happening, and yeah. So in the interest of not further depressing all of us, let me talk about some fun news stories. Now, I was looking at this news story, and it's in Virginia at the Virginia Zoo. It was going around social media and stuff that I think the power went out and people were like, oh my God, there's an escaped gorilla just roaming the streets. And they're like, everybody be on the lookout. You might want to not just be hanging around different places, because I don't think anyone can successfully fight a gorilla. I've never tried, but then the Virginia Zoo comes out with a statement, and they're like, FYI, all of the animals are accounted for and safely in their habitats. And by the way, we don't even have a gorilla. I'm like, I call bullshit. Y'all know you have a gorilla there, and you know that the gorilla was somewhere that it wasn't supposed to be, and now you're like, we don't even have a gorilla. I need photographic evidence that you don't have an area for a gorilla, because I don't believe you. I believe you either have or had a gorilla. What, it was just somebody walking around in a gorilla suit? I don't believe them. Not for a moment, but I'm also becoming more of a conspiracy theorist. And I'm like, sure, you don't have a gorilla. Yeah, now you don't have one because it escaped. It's roaming the streets. They were trying to make a joke out of it, and I'm like, okay, Virginia Zoo. Sure you don't have a gorilla. Neither do I. Well, I don't, but they do, I think. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. They're like, maybe it's just a mascot. Maybe your gorilla got out, okay? Maybe your gorilla got out. And you don't want to scare the public. I appreciate that. But how we come up with that? And apparently, the power went out. It says, we heard talk of an escaped gorilla, but we think it might have just been a zoo squash. Like Sasquatch? Spotted on his daily run. But don't worry, he has made it back to the zoo, and our keepers want you to know that all of our animals are safe and accounted for, except gorillas. ... Because we don't have those. Great PR company. That's all I gotta say. They're like, we don't have those. those. So maybe you had one, or maybe you like don't have it anymore. Listen, y'all know how advertising is. Literally, they're telling you because we don't have those. I bet that's the truth. I bet it's either we had them though, or we had one, or because we don't have those dot 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 at this precise moment that I'm writing this. I don't believe I don't believe it one bit. I'm gonna be on the lookout because Virginia is not that far, and I'm pretty sure a gorilla can travel. Okay, so like I was saying, the restaurant tour. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade here. That is cinnamon, and I am using a brush. I think this is from Terra Moons, and I'm going to pat that on the eyelid, right in the middle towards the inner corner. So, sir, what's his name? Robert Melman. He gets a photo sent to him by one of his cleaning staff. And here's the story. So he decided, once he got that photo, to look at the CCTV, right, that he had in the restaurant. And he sees a woman going into the restroom. She's got on a big coat and like a big like tote bag. And it looks relatively empty. Like I guess she doesn't have a ton in her bag, unlike mine. So she comes out like 10 minutes later. So, you know, sometimes it takes a moment in the restroom, el baño, to get your stuff out, right? Wash your hands. And her bag looks like it's a little bigger. Not the usual case, right? You tend to come out with what you went in with, except for your human waste. And the cleaning staff goes in to clean the restroom, and they notice that a whole sink is missing. So they send Mr. Melman, Melman, they send him a photo of a hole where the sink was. Now he is like, I have seen a lot of things stolen, you know, cutlery, I don't know what else, you know, whatever you be taking from restaurants, glasses, all that stuff. But never, apparently, has anyone stolen an entire sink. I mean, listen, the way that the economy and the eggs and everything is going right now, I don't really blame her. It's a nice sink. It looks like it's like artisan made. It's not huge. It's almost like just an oversized, like it's a big old bowl. I don't think she should have stolen it from him because apparently it's $190.19 is how much it costs. But I can't say that I blame her. I can't. Not a good idea. I wouldn't encourage anyone to do it. I think I'm also going to go into raw sienna. Not that I would encourage anyone to do it, but you know, like, I get it, girl. So you can see her face and everything, but he has it like blurred out in the stills from the video, and he's like, I'm not gonna tell the police. Like, they have better things to do. So I guess he's released the photos, but it, you know, her face is blurred out. I don't think that's enough, okay? Because somebody's gonna be like, ain't that Auntie Sharon? They're really gonna do that. Sharon. They're gonna be like, I know her. Like, if you want to know Mr. Melman, like, here's her information. But he said he's not going to tell the police because, like, the other month, somebody stole a $3,803 and how many cents? 87 cents electric bicycle. And you know this is true because Mr. Melman is giving you down to the cent. You know, like sometimes you're like, I don't know, it's about like $100. He's like, no, this was $190.19. He has his receipts. Now with the electric bike, I'm gonna go into this shade After Dark and then probably the black, which is called Illicit. I'm going to put that just at the outer edge, corner, what else? And I'm going to blend that. I'll probably use a different brown shade to blend it a little more, like a lighter brown. He did call the police about the electric bicycle. That's $3,803.87, right? And the police found the person and they were put in jail. But it seems like he's like, I could lose $190.19. That's all good. Now, I don't know what Miss Ma'am is planning to do with said sink. I don't know. Do you just like go home and install it in your own bathroom? Like, what? She had to have been there before, right? Or this is why they be telling you only patrons can use the restroom. Because you just went in there, spent 10 whole minutes, and took the sink with you. How do you... You know, the way things are going, I can't say that I blame her. She shouldn't have stole from Mr. Melman, because maybe he would have just given her the $190. But for some reason, she felt like this is what she had to do. And she came prepared because she brought a big old tote bag. And she, bold as I don't know what, just bold. Just like, I'm going to do it. Child, I don't know what's happening here. It's just going to be a real easy breezy, throw some two colors on my face kind of day. So let me go ahead and do my foundation and all the other things. Okay, so like I said, here is the Best Skin Ever foundation from Sephora, and I am going to use this Travel BK Beauty 101 brush. BK Beauty is one of my favorite synthetic hair brushes, brush companies. So just tapping that in. I used like 1.5 pumps. Okay, last story I'm going to tell you about is Sadie Rondeau and her fiance, Hannah Hansman. Hannah Hansman. You can't get any better than that. Hannah Hansman. I'd probably be like, I don't know. I would have to come up with a nickname for myself. H2, H squared. I don't know. Hannah Hansy. And so they, you know, they're fiancés. They're planning to get married. And so they wanted to like do something special to really just like, you know, confirm and profess their love to one another. So, you know, some people will get like matching tattoos, but Hannah and Sadie, they decided that they were going to do something a little different. Now, they are body modification enthusiasts. You know how people be doing stuff to modify like things. So they decided that they were going to get little magnets implanted under their skin. Now, Sadie said it wasn't painful. Like, it was super easy. And Sadie's like, you could forget it's there. So here's the thing. They both got them implanted on their, what is this? Their hand. Not the palm, the back of their hand. And basically, when they like are near each other, they can like the magnets, you know, like there's a picture. There's a picture of it. There's a picture of it. It's different. It's different. Don't know that I would do it. And here are my fears. Even though it's a little magnet, what if you go buy something with a strong magnet and you're just like, that can't happen? I feel like this is dangerous. Dangerous. Like, this is really dangerous. Like, I know I would get stuck. I would get stuck to something. I know I would. Not just be hanging there, like waiting for someone to come and figure out how to let me go. That's exactly what would happen. I know myself, okay? I know that that's what would happen. There's no ifs, ands, buts, maybes, and perhaps. It would happen. And it would probably happen multiple times. And I would still keep the damn magnet in my hand. Because I ain't got no sense. And they're like, it's a great party trick. If I saw this at a party, I would be like, and I'm ready to go. Thank you for inviting me. No. Nope. They're like Hannah Hansen and Sadie. I have never heard of this. Somebody else has probably done this. Could you? I was just thinking they just had it in their hands. I know somebody has put them somewhere else. I don't know where. I'm not making any suggestions or any conjectures, but I just know somebody has. Dude, what if y'all got into a fight and get in bed and you're like, is there like some sort of anti-magnetic thing you can put on? Very Magneto from X-Men. Very much so. Okay, a little much with the concealer, but you know, make it work. A la Tim Gunn. Where would you answer this question? Where would you put a magnet that would like magnetically attract you to somebody else? Where would you put it? Let me know. Knowing me and knowing if I had had some champagne, I think I'd probably have several magnets like in different places. I just thought of being in an MRI, in an MRI machine. I just like pasted to the top of it. Stop. Oh dear God, Jesus. Just like stuck to the fridge. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap everything up and use this brow pencil from Benefit. One more story. So, but yeah, don't forget to tell me where you would put your magnet or magnets. So there's a little boy, and I believe he is in China. And he got in trouble for not doing his homework. His dad was like, "This ain't the way, babes. Do your homework." But little sir got real mad. And he called the police. And he told the police that his father was hiding drugs in the house. Now, we do need to tell these kids how to contact the emergency services with caution, because if you're a certain, not as safe. But I'll be damned. First of all, maybe he doesn't need to do his homework because he obviously has, like, he's very creative. He has, like, a mind that thinks of things that maybe are a little out of the box. Like, I feel like you have to really think about, what am I going to do to tell my dad to stay in his lane? Okay? To let him know that he can't tell me nothing. You know what that thing is? It's calling the police and letting them know. So the police get to the man's house. Here I have some face powders from Lethal Cosmetics, and I'm going to use these for like bronzer and blush and such. And this is another BK Beauty brush, travel brush, and it is the number 107. So the police get to his house. Come to find out, he does have some substances, but it's apparently for medicinal purposes, but the amount he has is, like, not quite on the right side of legal. When I tell you, I would be, like, I don't even know how I'd feel about this little boy. Part of me would be, like, proud, like, damn, I got a smart kid. But the other part would be like, do it again. Probably would. Can you believe that? These kids, like, I've read several stories about kids calling the police. There was one who called the police because his family couldn't help him with his math homework. And he was like, I need somebody to come help me because these folk don't know nothing about nothing. That's not how he said it, but I imagine that was the energy behind it. He was just like, I don't know. They not helping. So can somebody come and help me with this little algebra that they teaching me, or that new math that we still don't know how to do? I'll be like, call him. There's another little boy who called because his mother ate his ice cream, and he was pissed. He was pissed. He was like, my mommy ate my ice cream. So don't mess with these kids, y'all. They a whole different type of child. They are a whole different type of child. These kids are like, oh, you want to play? But also, I feel like I would have never. What? With Caribbean parents? With black parents? Girl. And then I'm going to top everything off with this red lipstick. I can get into the end of this. So here's the finished look. If you want to do something similar, I used a foundation, a concealer. I also used a brow pencil, and I went in with a red lipstick. Now, here's the eyeshadow palette I use, but you don't really have to if you don't want to. And if you want to be jazzy, you can go ahead and use some other face powders to give you a bit of color, like blush and bronzer. But also, if you have anything like this, you can totally do an entire eye look with this, and you can even do some of your face. So let me know if you want me to do something like that, where it's just like, these are all the things you have, and you also have like concealer or foundation or whatever, and we can go ahead and put it together. Anyways, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. I also hope that we will see each other in another video, hopefully soon-ish. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you.